Hello, greetings, this is Gilles Mention, Namaste, beloved human family. I wanted to come and say hello today, to wish you a good day, and also to discuss those things about, for those who are interested in the spiritual ascension, in the spiritual principle, to align with those energies of soul and spirit that we are seeking to embody, to become, for we are already all that which we are already that which we seek. There is no need to heal, to fix, to work on, to learn anything, to be who we are. It is just a matter of removing all the conditioning, all the drama of the reptilian mind. For dramas only lead to illusion. There is nothing in illusion that illusion will produce more illusion, and we can produce illusion for till the end of time. But in a sense, we want to remove that and accept yourself as you are, and know you're already there. For it is like the cosmic clock is ringing and ringing and ringing, but I can't wait to be finally fully awake. And for it's like the way the cosmic clock is ringing, and so we open one eye and say, "Oh, yeah, that's nice, the light. I'm gonna sleep a little more." So it's like we have to be fully awake and not to let it. Not, even if we've seen a little bit of light and we feel like we've already awakened to certain things, there is so much more that we need to awaken to. And so take the time to take care of yourself, to respond to the inner call within yourself. For it is not about time, it is about a process that we have chosen to go through in order to achieve that liberation. For ascension is a choice of no return. Once we're in full consciousness, we'll no longer have a subconscious. We'll never be asleep again. We'll always remain in that state of full consciousness. And so the idea is to ask what you want, whatever you want. Ask and know that you will receive it. And then not forcing the situation. It's not because you ask, "Well, it didn't come, so I'm forcing it." No, you wait for the situation to be created, for the opportunity to present itself, for the wave to come. Then you flow with the potential. And so, because we're going to have to learn to surf those waves for a very long time. Those waves are going to be coming. Those waves, it's like a tsunami of love and light that is coming, that's bombarding the planet. Ever since 2009, 2011, 2012, there's been great waves, and they keep coming in even more intensity as time goes on. So the energy can be very intense. Do not blame yourself if sometimes you're overwhelmed with things and you're like losing grip. Just let go and breathe consciously. To breathe consciously is very important. To tune into this your throat chakra, your heart chakra, and your solar plexus, to make it one sphere of light and fill it up with light. Then breathe in and out. Just send it down to your root chakra. So let it flow through the spine. Let it invade all your spine, all your brain, and let it flow down back into your body. Once your body is full of light, send it down to the earth. So the earth will feel that light, and then you bring it back to your heart, and you send it back to the sun, and the great central sun, and the galactic sun, and then you let your light and love, as it ascends, it fills in all the space of the galaxy, and then it englobes all the other galaxy, and then it returns to you, and then so your light will be anchored into the whole universe, and you become aware of your universality in terms of self. And so we are dissolving this old ego self, this limited self, for this human, this purely human aspect. For we are moving into this more advanced form of self. So we have to dissolve the self in order to allow ourselves, our higher self, to create this new self within ourselves, to be reborn in spirit. For once we have dissolve all the shadows, we have only light, but this light needs to be always balanced, and so there is a great deal of work that sometimes needs to work to balance out and to deal with whatever is coming to us in terms of emotion. For emotion is like, as physical being, we have to deal with this very difficult aspect of ourselves, which is the emotional body. But in higher planes, they do have emotion, but they are in their light body, but they do not have a physical body, so emotion comes and goes. There is no karma, there is no cellular memory that they have to so emotion is just wonderful because it comes and it goes. So do not hang on to the emotion. Feel the emotion as much as possible, but do not hang on to it. Just let them go. More will come always. So we have to disengage from certain situation, activities, and for there are certain things that no longer fit our new life and the new life in the light. So we have to readjust certain things and stop to hesitate. Hesitation is good when we first begin in this process, but once you are anchored within your life, you should not hesitate in knowing yourself, in following your guidance, in being yourself. For we live between heaven and earth, but heaven is coming down and further down. So communication with guides and spirit will become easier and easier. Also wanted to speak about healing, about illness. For there is a great deal of the medical profession. I'm not saying it's anybody in particular, but they have given up their will to heal in order to medicalize. So pharmaceutics are not working for your highest good. It's the last resort for the practitioner. The traditional medicines are depending financially on the pharmaceutical, and so they are bound together in this covenant of keeping people sick in order to medicalize them. But you are the healer. You are the ones that can heal yourself. No, they try to find the cause of your illness, for there is many ways to find the cause of the illness. The illness is self-created, so we are the only one that can fully heal all our physical body, or our physical whatever dysfunction comes from something that we've created. So we are the only one. By removing the cause of it, finding the cause and removing the cause of it, we can actually discover that for there is and there is the great archangel Raphael, that is the supervising archangel for all healing on the planet. So call on him and wait for the answer, whatever problems you have. For I do not want to speak about illness, I want to speak about health. And so in many sense we're in Orwellian situation. Health is about the sick. When we talk about health, we talk about those who are sick and how what kind of product we can sell them to suppress their illness. So in many sense we want this double talk of 1984. This is very powerfully used in society for but in a sense we want, as we focus into health, we'll repeat to yourself health, the world well-being, the world harmony, the world peace. Those words, as you repeat them and you feel them deep inside of you, they align yourself and your soul and your I am presence. Your I am presence will, through your soul, will send you the information you need in order to align, to adjust. I'm not saying never to use pharmaceutical or see doctors. Of course, if you feel the need to go for it, do it, see them. But understand you are the creator of all things within your life. You have to understand the power of your spirit. You are the creator of it all. So it's about returning to that, letting go of the lower mind in order to tune into that soul intelligence and spirit intelligence. And so I'm going to pull a few cards. The painting behind me is a painting on cosmology. It's finally finished. It's like something I've worked on for many years, and I think it's quite finished. It's the dark universe of Nebadon. It's our own universe. It's got a 100 constellation. Our own constellation is number 70 here. It's called Norliet Adek. We belong to which is number 70, and then our system of world is number 24. It's called Saturnia, and our planet is number 606. It's called Urantia, Ura, Terra, Gaia. There is many names for this planet, depending on from which dimension we look at it. But in a sense, it shows the great how vast our universe. Our universe is on the edge of this galaxy. It represents millions of stars, and there is about 6 million inhabited planets. For it's a young universe. Eventually, will comprise 10 million evolutive planets that will eventually all move into the light. And so we are a young universe on the edge of the galaxy, and there are thousands of such local universes within this great Milky Way galaxy, and so this is a celestial painting. It talks about the realm of the architectural sphere with Salvington in the center world. That those worlds are invisible; they are celestial worlds, and so but we will eventually tune our frequency. We'll pass through them on the way back home to paradise. I'm going to pull a few cards. For this is a painting. This painting, I have a number of I've created a number of paintings on those subjects. I'm looking forward to showcasing them, so that you can see all the many, because the painting is always better to see it in person. Artwork there's a personal connection with art that is important. If you're lucky enough to live in a big city, go see the art, go see the museums, go see the galleries, go see go to the concerts. Use the art for the elevation of for your quality of life. the highest wisdom for us today is communication. So we do need to communicate. It is important to communicate what we need to communicate. That makes the process go forward. So do not say, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Just if you can, do it today to see what happened, and then tomorrow you will be new communication. For elucidating or any problem in communication is important. What we need to understand is patience. There is still, for once we are fully in our powers, there is no more need for patience, for we are there. But until then, because it's not about time, it's about the process, and we have to accept the process that we have self-created, and so we're going through our own timeline, and so accepting that, and as we become patient, we develop patience, we become patient, and as we become patient, we're no longer in a hurry, and as we're no longer in a hurry, things can happen naturally and gracefully. What we have to do is cheminement. It's the assess. It's moving step by step. It's learning this process of moving step by step. It's a path that we work on. Stay on the central road. Do not let yourself. You can distract yourself, of course. There's no judgment and relationship to that. But eventually, we want to move steadily, to have a steady progress towards our goals, whatever it is, whether they're materialistic or spiritual goals. And the outcome will be well-being. For well-being is the essential. It will become eventually the focal point of the 21st century for humanity. So right now it's the accumulation of wealth and the glorification of certain individuals as celebrities and these glamorous things. But this is the age of the Pisces. It is gone. Now we're moving into the age of Aquarius. So it is about well-being. The central focal is you. You are the focal point of your life. And the love you expect from others, give it to yourself. You have to learn to tune into yourself, to find this joy internally. And then the others will come to share that joy, to share that abundance, to share that whatever you can give already to yourself, you will be able to share it with others rather than expecting it from others. So sometimes we live in a gap, in a void. And so we say, well, what do we feel in the void? So filling it with love and light and hope and trust. And knowing that everything you need is already there. For there is a lot of, the more I awaken, the more I see that what I was looking for was already there, always been there. And I know as I'm going to be fully awake, I'm going to realize all that I've ever looked for, this 5th dimension, 6th dimension, 7th dimension, even the God self-presence, has always been there. Company of Heaven, the guides, they've always been around us. It's just we were insensitive to their presence. But now it's going to become a lot easier. I hope this resonates with you. I wanted to speak about Chiron, the planet Chiron. It's a very powerful planet that I work with very every day. Is a planet, is a wounded healer, and he was going through Pisces. So Pisces were forcing us to address our separation to God, this great ocean, to the great ocean, to be like the drop of water that's been isolated, that's felt like I'm going to dry because it's isolated from the ocean. So during many years, Chiron was traversing Pisces to force to address this separation on the individual and collective level, to this separation of God. As he moves into Aries, he's going to move into the fire of Aries. We're going to need to address the wounds in relation to the self, to the self, and to let go of many things that are related to materialism. For the masks are going to drop. We're going to be able to see now. It's already much easier to see what's going on behind the veil. What are the intentions of the people, their own cycle, what they're going through, and so it is a lot of things is going to come through, because a lot of Chiron will take many years to traverse Aries, so that we'll have time to address all the wounds in relation to the self, and then we'll move into Taurus. It'll be going to be, but for now as if we did already the healing, once we address, it's important to address our issues. The sooner the better, because behind the issues we'll find freedom, and so, yeah, so in a sense, what we have to deal with in terms of the issues come from the subconscious, are things that are below us, that we have created unconsciously, that are coming back to be harmonized, to be liberated. Like I said, this emotion, if whatever emotion comes up, do not hang on to it, just let it pass. And whatever comes from above comes from the superconscious. Eventually will become, all of it will become, the superconscious will become conscious, and the subconscious will be integrated and absorbed. We'll have no more subconscious, we'll be in full consciousness. But there are always higher level of full consciousness, so we want to be awakened, fully awakened. It is important to continue to to work with a higher self. And so I also wanted to say finally, just to that in terms of human relationship, love relationship, for longest time, everything was based on materialistic. Women would look into the security and comfort that a man would provide, and men would look into the physical appearance of a woman. So this is materialism, but this is the 3 lower chakras exclusively. But now we are in the new age. It's going to be the 4 upper chakras that are conditioned the relationship, the heart and the higher frequency. So it's going to be soul frequency, energetic alignment, energetic relation. We are attracted to people because of the energy. Of course, the physical presence as will remain. There's nothing wrong about being attracted to someone who's attractive to you, but there will be a lot more, and so the realization of them will be able to realize this union, this communication, this communion, this soul merging on a much deeper level, and we discover much higher pleasure. For us as a 5th dimensional being, I've been into that frequency for a very long time. It's been really hard with my Earth relationship because I work from that higher planes, but all the women most of the women, not all, but since I awakened, it's been really hard to find soul connection, because there is still this envelope of 3D where people respond only to 3D, and so it's like as we merge into this higher frequency, we'll be able to communicate on that soul frequency, find a soul partner, and then we'll be able to assist the whole planet with that, because that's going to be a deep, powerful transformation of all love relationship, the harmonization, the blending between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. There will be the relationship will be more deeper. They will last longer. They will be less conflictual. There will be less. There was a lot more harmony, and also we'll be discovering amazing new form of pleasure that will not be limited into those very limited form of pleasure. Although sexual pleasures are wonderful, but there is higher pleasure, higher forms of sexuality that will be. That reveal themselves through those relation of those higher soul connection. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you, that you'll be able to put in practice some of the things I've discussed here. I'm going to finish with a song. It's an old song. Goes like this, called "What a Wonderful World." I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed days and dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people walking by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They've learned much more than I'll never know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much for everything, for your light, for bringing your light into the picture of life, to anchor this life and to bring forward, to shine your light into all circumstances of your life. For it is important now to stand and to hold our ground, to hold our light, and to become the beacons of light, to move into the empowerment, and it is coming every day. The more we trust, the more our soul and spirit will be able to reveal that to us. Thank you very much. Namaste.